What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 186, and we're recording on April 25th, 2022. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Yo. We got a sponsor this week?
Ooh.
Again?
All right, let me read this one out. This is actually significant. Is K-pop related? What? Okay. This episode is brought to you by the Groovelyn US tour presented by Studio Pop. Groovelyn's very own Ravi, Nafla, and Zito are touring 6 different American cities starting in New York on May 14th and also making stops in Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, and more. We are teaming up with their tour management Studio Pop to bring this special opportunity to you. Tickets are now on sale, so visit kpoptickets.com to get yours. You can use the promo code SJTPOD, P-O-D, so SJTPOD for the LA stop, or the code SojuTalk for all other venues during checkout to receive an additional 10% discount on top of their already ongoing sale.
Oh, wow.
So one more time, you go to kpoptickets.com. If you're going to the LA stop, use SJTPOD. If you are going to any other venue, you just type SojuTalk, one word, SojuTalk, all right? And you get a big discount. And then SojuTalk is also going to receive a kickback from the sales if you use our code. Boom!
Win-win.
Wow, look at that.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Groovelyn.
We are like one step away or like 2 degrees of separation from Ravi right now.
True.
If
You know
think
the
about
guys who
it.
know the guys who know the guys who know Ravi, yeah?
We talked to the people who organized their tour. That's 2 steps, dude. 2 steps. Just saying. Yeah. So shout out to them.
Yeah, I've been talking with the folks who run this in the background. They've been super nice about all this. We will, I don't know if you've talked about this yet, Doug, but we will be covering Ravi at during the episode as well today. As a
Right.
part of this. So looking forward to that too.
Yeah, so pretty excited. Once again, go to kpoptickets.com to buy your Groovelyn tour tickets now. Boom.
Boom.
All right, we had our giveaway last week. We announced it last week for this week. We were giving away a copy of Stray Kids' Ordinary and a copy of Red Velvet's Feel My Rhythm. The winner of Ordinary was Sagittarius.
Oh.
Woo.
And the winner of the Feel My Rhythm, the Red Velvet album, is Reach. And they are both on our Discord. I've already contacted them already, and they gave me their shipping info, so we don't have to worry about any of that. So congrats to the winners. Boom.
Congrats, everybody.
Just for clarity, or not clarity, for openness. I'm missing a word here.
Transparency.
To transparency. That is the
0%
word.
opacity, yeah.
We had people like sign up to do the giveaway. I made Warren and Anita just give me a random number. Warren used a random number generator. Anita just randomly picked the number, and that's how we got the winners. So
Anita was
100%
biased towards a specific number.
I did not.
This was rigged from the very beginning. Anita, I can't believe you did this.
Yeah, is it Sagittarius or Sagittarius? We don't. I don't know, but interesting name. Just saying. So congratulations to him and also to
Congratulations.
Reach for winning the albums. Boom. All right, so the releases this week. Honestly, not a big week. So it kind of worked in our favor that we're covering the Ravi song as well. So the 3 songs we're covering are one that came out on Wednesday, Book Bygone 4's Seoul. On the one that came out today is Verivery's Undercover. And then our special coverage is Ravi's Winner featuring Ash Island, which came out a bit ago. I don't know exactly when.
In February.
In February. So that's what we're covering. It's part of the deal. We're getting paid for this, guys. Come on. All right. The first one. Bolt Bygone 4 with Seoul. Well, that was a Bolt Bygone 1 technically.
Technically.
She's from So Far Entertainment, debut 2016. Last 3 songs were Space, Butterfly Effect, and Dancing Cartoon with 9 music show wins so far. How do you guys feel about this one?
Oh, I mean, it's been a hot second from Bowl 4, right? From Pulpagan Satsungi. It's been a hot second.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you guys been keeping up with this girl, not duo?
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I thought she's listening. Well, if An Ji-young is, I'm gonna lay it to you straight, An Ji-young.
Oh boy,
no.
what?
It feels like to me as someone who was a big Bull fan at one point, I bought like 4 of their albums.
You're
right?
currently still following An-ji-young on Instagram too, by the way. Just want to put that out there.
I am, right? Oh, okay. As a big An-ji-young fan back in like the Some to My Youth, even earlier in Galaxy, like 2016, 17, 18, right? I was big into them.
Yeah.
Falling off a little bit, not gonna lie, right?
Okay.
That being said, her voice plus easy listening plus Spring, it's just kind of a package that you know is gonna work.
True. It works well.
It's just a formula here, and it works well.
Agree.
Do you think what's her biggest strength right now? Is it the melody writing? Is it the lyrics? Is it the voice? Is it her
vocal quality and clarity of her voice?
Okay,
I would say is the biggest strength.
Because she does have a very like husky voice, but like it's still also very clear, right? She's like very enunciating of her lyrics, I guess. Which brings me to the theme of the song, right? Because the song's called Seoul, which is, the capital of Korea, which is the country that produces K-pop. I don't know if you guys knew this.
FYI. Yeah.
Just put it down.
Is Bull 4 even K-pop? That's an interesting debate you can have in itself.
Please don't start this. It's at the very least it's Korean pop music, right? Because like this is the kind of sound that's like so widely consumed by everybody in Korea, right?
Yours.
Right. Yeah. Like think drama OST kind of music, right? Like think Busker Changbomjun, but the female version of it. And I bring them up in particular because that sound is so like widely like listened to, it's widely consumed. But outside Korea, it's not very widely consumed at all, right? But the fact of the matter is we don't really hear from this sound that much anymore, other than like the couple artists I mentioned, like plus I don't know, like Toy maybe, like or like Yoon Jong-shin. Like these older folks basically, right? And this song is kind of a return to form in that aspect, and that's kind of interesting because she has been kind of expanding for a while. And I guess this is kind of like a return to form almost, where like I am hearing the taste of Bor4 from like Some or Galaxy that you mentioned earlier.
True.
Right. Whereas a recent
she's been releasing music. It's just none of it's been like. I think the last really notable thing she did was either Workaholic or the song Leo featuring Baekhyun at the beginning of 2020.
I think it honestly is like that kind of coincides with the time she had they had a thing where one of the members, Ujiun, now active as Adai or Nasunai, left the group. And I think it was a combination of two things, right? One, I think the public image for that group took a hit a little bit because there was a bit of scandal and a little bit of word around it. On the other hand, it does feel, especially with this album too, it does feel like An-ji-young, the remaining member of Bor4, it does seem like she was also stressed out about this a little bit as well, where like if you listen to the last couple releases after like her trouble with her former member in Bor4, it does feel a lot more dark and like depressed a little bit. And this feels like a reboot almost. Oh, I like that. This is the reboot of Bor4. Yeah, that's what this is,
Okay.
Yeah.
You talked yourself into it?
Yeah.
Yes.
This could be the Tom Holland Spider-Man run after the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man run we had in, right? Now, it could also be the Andrew Garfield run, which, didn't go so well. But we don't know yet. At the moment, I feel like I'm kind of happy to see her going back to what she was really, really good at. I don't know. I feel like I've hogged the floor too much. I'll return later. How do you feel about this, Anita? How do you feel?
No, I definitely agree with this, and I feel like I was feeling like, this feels very, very familiar, but it feels very fresh. Like it fits the spring season, of course, her vocal tone, the scenery as well. I really liked the styling for this music video, her hair especially.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was really nice.
Just putting that out there, I usually don't like orange hair.
Right, yeah.
Orange hair,
Yeah,
I
but
think
it was
is
good.
like, I feel like it's usually the worst kind of hair color you can have as a person. Or for Asian people in general. Even given the skin tone. No,
Are
no,
you
like
saying
for
gingers
Asian
have
folks.
no soul? Is that your claim? Right
No,
now?
no. For Asian folks. Okay. Gingers, we don't count them because they have that hair color naturally. Because they
Naturally.
So
naturally
you say
have.
what you said is gingers do not count.
No.
Is that what you said? That was what you said.
No.
Okay.
For
I understood
for
you.
artificial hair dyeing, for artificial hair color. Oh, I'm blushing. Oh my god. For
No, but I don't
hair
think
dye.
I thought it was really nice. I like the styling of it. I think layers are coming back, I guess.
Oh yeah, they definitely are back. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the expansion of the shaggy cut is kind of this. I don't know, it felt really nice, really refreshing. But like you mentioned, I think it feels like we're back to something that's very familiar to her, but also to the listener. But it doesn't, at least to me, it didn't feel like, oh, same old, you know? It feels like it makes sense. So like why change something that's not broken, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like in that sense, I am all for this reboot, as you might say. And I don't know. I guess
her last song,
Yeah.
Space, was like way darker than a typical Bull 4
Yeah.
song.
right. Yeah.
Everything
So,
after Workaholic has been a little bit. I do feel like she's matured a little bit with the sound.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
And that kind of goes back to the theme of the track as well, because I'm reading the press release for this, and it's very long, so I'm not going to read or translate all of it. But basically, it's called Seoul because she's looking back at the time when she was 20 years old, when she went to college for the first time, when she came to Seoul, because she's from the south part of Seoul, Korea originally, in Gyeongsangdo. So she came up to Seoul, you know, she had her initial run, and then she was on Superstar K, and then she blew up into stardom, and she went through all of these changes in Seoul, right? So like you are kind of, in a sense, she's kind of looking back on her like career so far, almost
reminiscing.
right.
Yeah,
right.
no, that's the vibes I got too. Felt
Right,
like a
right.
reminiscing
So
song.
so like here's the thing, like 볼빨간 사춘기 or like that's the Korean name for Bor 4. It means like red-cheeked puberty,
Yep.
right? Because you're blushing, I guess, because you're in puberty. But like it doesn't really feel like we're in puberty anymore. It feels like age appropriately we're in our mid-20s. You know, we're you know probably doing a job. You're a workaholic. Who knows? You know, like you're no longer like can you want to song with me? Like you know,
Youth.
like
It's a really interesting thing to me that she retains the group name as a soloist.
okay.
I just
Yeah.
think that's interesting because it's one of those things where I don't know if she has enough name recognition just as Anjiyoung, right? So I get why they're doing it. It's just a little weird to me, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
It is what it is because Bull 4, Boppagon 4 is a very like distinct name, and most Koreans know who that is. But if you say, "Do you know the singer Anjiyoung?" They'll probably be like, "Nugu," right?
Yeah.
Like that's the weird spot she's in. But that being said, I think the music's pleasant. It's hard to critique a song like this because like I'm not gonna say it's safe, but it's very formulaic in the style of that she knows she's good at. That you know it's gonna be decent, right? Like
well, I do feel like the difference between her former songs that follow this formula a little bit and this one is that I feel like I'm attracted to the melodies of the other tracks a little more, like from Galaxy or Trip or some or those tracks. And it might be because I'm a little more familiar with those tracks, obviously, right? Because they've grown on me over time. And maybe this one hasn't yet. But for the moment, I wasn't really like oh yeah, melody, you know, that never really happened for me, you know.
Peak Bull 4 is more whimsical too, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say like for me, I had a little bit of that reminiscent of the previous sound, right? As a duo. Towards the end of the song, I want to say it's the bridge where like the melody gets a little bit more sentimental. I don't know. I guess that's the part that I was like, oh, this is definitely my favorite part, and I think it's because it sounds more typical to their previous duo sound. I don't know if you guys remember that part, but I don't know. I feel like I agree that I don't think it's necessarily the strongest in the melody for the majority of the song, but when it hits that bridge part, I was like, oh, okay, this is similar to the previous sound as a duo. So I was, oh, okay, this is, I wish it would have been incorporated a little bit more, but it makes sense.
I don't quite remember exactly what you're referring to, but I think I know what you're referring to. Like,
It's towards the end. I,
Right.
I wanted to say it was the bridge.
right. No, yeah. After the second chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I
know
make a
what
comment? There's a scene where she's sitting with the dude on a bench under a bridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
Whatever I see under a bridge in Korea, in Seoul, I always think of the host.
The same!
I think
Right?
they did that around that
Every
shot.
single time I see a under bridge shot, especially when you're looking the long way towards the bridge, he's doing a scene
Alright.
from the host. The host is like, I think the start of mainstream Korean movies. It's also by Bong Joon-ho, right?
Yes.
Yep.
The director
Same
of
director.
I forgot the name.
Bong
What's the
Joon-ho.
name of the big one?
Bong
No,
Joon-ho.
what's the name of the big movie?
Parasite.
Yeah, same director.
Snowpiercer.
This is his monster movie essentially. Like
good.
the host, go watch it. Whatever.
Yes.
If you want to now, every time you see a bridge shot in Korea, think of the host. Watch the host. Like you'll 100% know exactly what we mean. That being said, both four, pretty big fan. You know, hopefully she does well because like I don't think her relevancy is what it used to be. That's all I'll say.
I mean,
right?
I'm hoping they bring it back with this track. I think the charts will tell. That right now, I think it's open for some spring tracks.
She needs to make an appearance on like Masked Singer and win like 5 weeks or something, like something like that.
I'm sure she'll do the classic variety run.
The reason I'm saying that is I saw Ben. Spoiler if you're really into that show. She just lost after winning like 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
Her after she took off the mask and they did her interview, her exit interview. So Ben is a very famous female singer in Korea. She kind of talked about how she's been in a slump. And I was like,
Oh.
you know, like 2-3 years ago, she had that humongous run of OST songs, which
Right.
did really
Yes.
well. And then it's like I was thinking about like, yeah, we haven't really heard from her in a hot minute. I think she got married in there somewhere.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she got married. I could be wrong.
You were right.
Right? Yeah. So
Oh,
she's
wow.
kind of, and she's 30 now, which is incredible to think about.
Oh,
Like,
wow. She looks very young.
yeah, I'm looking at it. She had a couple #1 songs in 2018 and at the end of 2019, and since then it hasn't been like too hot for her. So like, I was thinking like, you know, Both 4 kind of needs a reboot as well. So that was my thoughts.
Now that being said, I'm looking at the music video one more time, and like she essentially found this hot looking dude by going garbage diving or dumpster diving.
Yes.
Essentially, that's what this is. You pick
Wow.
up trash from the streets, and you're like, "Oh, let me, go to where these photos are," and then you meet this dude. How is that a good way to meet dudes?
Well, here's the weird thing. If whenever you meet up with people to do some kind of activity in the middle of the night outside, there is some form of camaraderie that is built.
Okay.
Like when you and the lads play manhunt or tag in the middle of the night outside,
But like,
you remember that stuff. That's a memorable night.
okay, fine, but like you know these dudes already.
I mean, sometimes I used to play manhunt with random people. They would just bring their friends, and we were like, "Yeah, we're friends now. We're playing manhunt. We're hiding with each other next to this tree, hoping this other kid doesn't come to us. We're bros all of a sudden, you know."
Okay. I mean, I guess Seoul is safer than most American cities. Where
Can I
it's
make an
like-
aside?
Yeah. Yeah, what's
One
up?
time, we were at someone's house for a birthday party, right?
Okay.
Okay.
This was like 7th grade.
Oh,
All right, middle school.
And this person had a bit of money, so their house and their property was pretty big. So we were playing manhunt, right?
Okay.
Because you just do that when you're in America and you're a kid. You just play tag outside in the middle of the night. Stupid 7-year-old, not 7-year-old, stupid like 11-year-old Douglas ran across her pool cover because I thought it was ground.
Oh no. Oh my god.
I pulled the Jesus. I literally walked on water across the entire pool because I don't know the pool, right? And
Yeah.
I've only gone to pools in the middle of the summer when the pool's open, you know.
Right.
And I just thought, why is there a big green tarp on the ground? Who cares? I'm gonna run across it. Yeah, I literally
Oh my
waded through a
God.
pool.
You made through it.
I made it through. It didn't rip or anything.
Dude, you are literally Jesus.
Could you imagine how awkward it would have been if I broke the pool cover?
That'd be so scary.
That'd be so
What if
funny.
My parents would have paid for that shit.
How much?
Yes.
How much are swimming pool covers? Like, how much do they cost?
I don't know. I just wanted to say that. I don't know how I got on that tangent, but that was something that happened to me once.
Well,
Let's move to the next song. It came out today on the 25th. We have Very with Undercover there from Jellyfish, debut 2019. Their last 3 songs were Oh, Trigger, and Getaway with 0 music show wins so far. I'm gonna start with a take.
Okay.
Okay.
Start with
My take.
Your take.
This is absolutely Very's best song ever. It is 100%.
I disagree, but I think I know why you think it's the best song.
This is at least at a minimum top 3 Very songs, Anita.
Okay, you have to you have to agree with that. There's no way you're not agreeing with that.
Okay, see, I know I'm very biased to their first run.
I like Layback. I really like Layback
Layback's
from
good.
the Face Me album. But for me, it's been a while since I've gotten excited about a Very song. This is it.
I'll agree to that.
Well, from my perspective, where I haven't really checked out Very outside of the podcast.
The last one we covered was, I think, Go Beyond the Barrier in 2020. Or maybe Trigger? I could look up the summary.
We did something that was 2 words in 120-ish something episode.
Maybe Getaway. I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, that's it. Getaway, which had like a dance hall inspired trap song.
Yep, we did in March of 2021.
Right.
But can you remember what Getaway sounds like off the top of your head?
Well, kind of yes, because I liked it. I liked parts of it, and I wasn't very satisfied with it. I was like, like they're off to a good start, but like they, didn't full. I wasn't fully happy with it, is what I'm saying. This one, I think I'm closer to being fully happy with.
Nice.
Yeah, no, like that beat.
It's a good beat.
It's a good fluffing beat.
It's a good beat.
That's a good ass beat. How?
And you know what's even better? That the dance emphasizes it. I think it goes really, really well with the beat. I had to watch some of the live performance. I mean, they don't have a lot, but they did like a showcase thing. And I had to watch it because I felt like this is a really good choreo because it complements the beat like so well. Like they hit the beat really, really well from the beginning. Like the first shot you get in this song.
Is anyone gonna talk? What is this awkwardness?
I didn't really have anything
what
to
you say.
No, I'm glad you liked the choreo as well, because I thought I liked the choreo, but I wasn't. I couldn't tell between like, is it the music video or like is it the actual choreo that I like? I don't know. Like the visuals I saw was like pretty impressive as well, right? Like
yes,
there was like some weird stuff going on. Like at some point, one of the members was a giant, and it was like,
yeah. I honestly, I'm a little lost in the plot wise. Like I haven't really kept up with.
There is a very, very lore though.
Right? Yeah.
Fact. There is one, but I don't know it very well.
I mean, I'm not complaining though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's
right.
It like I am out of the loop, but at the same time I'm like I still feel like I'm dancing inside the loop. You know what I mean? Like I still feel like I'm a part of it, even though I'm like so like not in the loop right now. But yeah, the track was so good. It just had like a banging trap beat, one of the best trap beats I've heard in K-pop ever.
Wow, ever.
Yeah, no. I mean, here's the thing. Like, whenever I hear like good trap beats in K-pop, which is not often because sometimes I feel like they're watered down a little too much for pop tastes. But sometimes, regardless of that, sometimes I'll hear stuff I really like by for instance, SM does them a lot with who's that guy? I'm coming. Anita.
Dem Joints.
Right, Dem Joints has like he makes a lot of good bangers in that field. YG obviously, I do have a love and hate relationship with that company, but they've had some good trap music over the years, right? Like if you think about Baby by Big Bang, that was really, really good too. But this one I feel like is a rare example of like a really, really well made beat that comes outside the typical Big 4, Big 3 kind of labeling of the company.
I wanted to say that this was a song that the production quality far exceeded what should be expected out of Jellyfish.
Exactly.
That's how I feel like, like there's a term like you're punching up in weight. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about this song. Like, you could have told me, like, a NCT or a someone else released this song, and I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense to me. You know? If I just played this for me and be like, yo, this is very, very, I'd be like, oh, shit, really? Like, you know? Like, that's how I feel about this song.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it is far exceeded whatever I had my expectations were for a very, very song. You know? And here I was thinking this was going to be a meh week because not a lot got released. And here we got this hidden gem here. So I'm happy that there wasn't packed full of very popular releases that this would have got outvoted by. You know?
Yeah. I'm glad we're able to cover it.
I do have a question though, talking about the song itself and the sound. Did you guys like it's not the second half, but it's like
The guitar part?
The part after the bridge. Yeah, like
Yes.
where we switched the vibe of it.
After the second chorus.
The part at 2 minutes and 45 seconds about where there's a guitar breakdown into some choreo is, I think, probably top 3 for me in my favorite K-pop moments of 2022 so far, along with the first 10 seconds of Eunbi's glitch chorus.
I disagree. I think it was top 3, one of the awkwardest transitions I've heard in K-pop.
Oh, so
Really?
interesting.
Yeah.
You don't like the guitar thing?
No, I don't.
Really?
I don't know. Why do you like it? Why do you like it?
I don't know. It's just so good.
Okay. I don't know. I felt like the song was going on a certain groove, a certain rhythm up until that point. And I know that you need to change it up a little bit, but at the same time, I still felt like it was kind of out of place almost, where like it completely kills the flow, if anything. But then again, I feel like that's like my personal tastes and like, you know, the nitpicking kind of zone. So I'm not complaining about that too much. I don't know. Top 3.
So we're on two
bit of a
totally different.
exaggeration.
We're on two totally different spectrums here.
Yeah.
Like, where do you lie on this?
I'm more, I guess I'm in the middle, but leaning more towards Warren because
Oh God!
to be honest, when I heard it, I don't know what it was about it, but to me, the transition didn't. It's not that it felt jarring or anything. I almost felt like, oh, I guess I didn't even notice we were here already, but this is not what we started with, and I feel like, oh, very interesting. We're going with a very more heavy Latin type beat here, and I feel like, okay, I guess we could have changed it, right? Like it makes sense. We're trying to end on a different note, but it felt like, oh, I kind of wish we wouldn't have done that far.
I got a theory.
know.
The reason why you think it's awkward is because it sounds like a post-credits scene song, where they're putting the who wrote the song, where the credits pop up after a song happens,
Maybe? Okay.
Maybe.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
and they're just showing B-roll footage on the on the left side, and they're showing the names on the right side, and that's playing.
Maybe. I guess for me, it just felt like I really liked what was going on in the beginning, you know, like for the majority of the song, and then towards the end when we do that switch, I was like, I wasn't like bothered by the switch itself. It's just the what we switched into, I guess. I felt like I didn't think it wasn't necessarily stronger, so I didn't think we've ended on a stronger note.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, like, oh, why did we switch it like that? But I don't hate it. I feel like it's interesting.
Let me add on to this a little bit, right? For me, I feel like it could have been alleviated if the transition was a little better, right? I think the individual section itself after the second chorus with the guitar riffs, I think it was enjoyable. I just felt like it wasn't transitioned well enough. Which, you know, brings me to a gripe I have about K-pop these days, right? We like to mix a whole lot of, you know, different genres, different songs into one song, without bringing in proper transitions, you know, like what song did that this year, right? Oh by NMIX.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Who wrote Oh?
Yo, I like NMIX. Y'all shut up about NMIX.
It grows on you. It does.
Who wrote Oh by NMIX is The Hub.
I have a favorite member now in NMIX.
The Hub.
Her Hub wrote that song. I'm looking at the credits of this track, and I'm seeing a whole lot of The Hub just chilling out here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
So it looks like a guy called Strong Dragon did
Strong
the main
Dragon.
production.
I like that name. It's a good name. Strong Dragon.
I think he was the main producer, and then every credit after that is like someone from The Hub, the other person from The Hub, that person from The Hub, Marshall and The Hub. So it looks like they took part in that mostly. So I don't know. I don't reckon the hub is listening to our thing, but if you are, like, you guys
Wait,
gotta work on transitions a little
the
better.
hub isn't in the very very song, right?
Sorry,
Is that what you're saying? That's your point, that they're in the very very song, or are you talking about the MX song still?
No, they're
the
they're
very,
here
very
too,
song.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That does kind of make sense too.
Cause like that was the issue I had with OO as well, where like individual sections of the song, amazing, better transitions, please. Kind of the same here, where like it's not as extreme of a degree here, but like I still feel like individual sections were really solid. They just needed a better transition in between. That's my takeaway with it. Other than that, I wish the rap was a little longer.
Oh, okay.
Not particularly that I enjoyed their rap.
You think it was choppy? Like we were going too fast?
Right.
The first guy was kind of like, oh, okay. And then the second guy made up for it, I thought. Because it was so different than the first guy.
I don't know. I felt like if you're gonna do a song like this, you gotta give him more lines in the rap verse. Like just 8 bars maybe. I don't expect more than 8. Just 8.
Just settle
please.
into it. Yeah.
Right. Like these guys got 4 each. Like that's not
Yeah,
enough.
they got like no bars.
Right. Like this is so clearly a song that's gonna benefit from a rap verse, and they never like really committed to that, and I was like really sad. If I need to criticize them about being a not good enough rapper, sure, we'll do that when we get there. For now, just give them more room to do their thing. You're not even showcasing these folks. I'm sure they practice like crazy to do this. You know what I mean? Like
The second rapper was just getting going too. Like, I feel like he had it in him to have a nice like rap section there.
he had like 5 different flows and 4 different bars, and I was like, how, dude, you. I feel so bad for this guy. Like,
Yeah.
It was on a
Give him
time
more
crunch.
right. Please give him more room. Like,
Can I make a slick transition to the
Yeah, what's
the last song?
Oh, okay.
All right.
okay.
So, speaking of NMIX, my favorite member, I decided, is Haewon. Right. You know what music video also has a Haewon? It's Ravi's Winner featuring Ash Island. Okay.
okay. That was
once
a bad
again,
transition.
no, it was a great transition. This is special
tough
coverage
transition.
of Ravi's Winner featuring Ash Island, which came out in February. I think Anita said. And as we said at the start of the show, this is in relation to the Grooveland tour. So go buy your tickets if you want the discount stuff. Re-listen to the beginning. 'Cause I ain't saying it again.
KPoptickets.com.
All right. A little background. So this song, we're covering Ravi. It's kind of like all happened at once. They got that tour going on. KBS also announced that Ravi's leaving the variety show he's on 2 days, 1 night to fulfill his military duties. So
man.
hopefully he makes this tour. My
Yeah,
feeling
go
is they
check
gonna
him
do this
out.
tour. He's going right to the military right after. That's how it feels to me.
Last chance before the army.
He's also doing like a solo concert in May as well. So like,
He's trying to do it all
Cool.
before he leaves.
he's on a tight time
Let's
crunch
go.
as well.
So Ravi is the CEO of Grooveland Entertainment. He debuted back in 2012 with VIX, which is one of the... I say VIX and Infinite are extremely underrated as K-pop
Yes.
groups, even though they were relatively very successful when they were around.
At the time, yeah.
His last 3 songs were Ani, Flower Garden, and Cardigan, and he has 30 music show wins with VIX. So go listen to some VIX and Infinite, because they are 2 sleeper boy groups, even though they're probably considered like top 15 boy groups all time in terms of success. So... All right. So this is like one of the first times we're covering an older song. I heard people were trying to make us cover Key's song as well.
Ah,
What's that one called? Bad Love? Yeah, people still want us to cover Bad Love.
understandably so, but
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good
it
song
is.
the
too.
time.
That's a good song.
Yeah. Well, Ravi Winner, Ash Island, is like a very punk trap song, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like
Yes.
clearly inspired by the likes of like, I don't know, like Post Malone or
Kid Leroy.
right. Yeah, Kid Leroy. Who else? Like, there's so many in this realm. Like
I think it's very trendy, to be honest. I
Right,
feel
yeah.
like it makes sense.
Machine Gun
'cause-
Kelly.
Yeah. I mean, outside of hip hop, right? Like just in pop in general, other groups have also been doing this. I'm thinking like the most notable one, TXT, has kind of dabbled into this more rock
Right.
sound.
But I do feel like this is like such like a much more commitment to that specific direction, where like TXT is clearly mixing it up with K-pop.
Right.
This guy, other than the fact that he's dancing, like if you listen to the song itself, this is just straight like hip hop. That's what this is. Like I would have trouble saying this is like straight idol K-pop here. And I like that commitment, honestly. Like, because sometimes you try to do both and it comes off really not good. But I feel like he's making a lot of an improvement over his previous albums here, where like it's clearly committed to that sound. He knows what he's capable of. He knows the kind of voice tone he has, and he's using all of that to his benefit rather than trying something where I feel like it might be a little overambitious. You know what I mean? Because like he used to do the whole Eminem thing where like he would like speed rap everything, and I wasn't super big on that. But I feel like this is much more refreshing as a change of pace almost. You know? Yeah.
I did want to, like, since you mentioned the choreo, I was very surprised, as you mentioned, because I feel like sound-wise, I was like, oh, this doesn't need a choreo. I feel like,
right.
But I watched some of the live performances. I was actually quite impressed because the choreo is not like necessarily like easy stuff. It's simple on performance, and like his vocals were actually quite stable. Like he was doing self-harmonizing in the live stages. So that was really
he's
cool.
a better singer than I would think. Like that's what I got from this song. No, really.
I mean, he's been active for like 10 years.
I know he's
now,
been an idol and stuff, but like I'm impressed because I always thought of him like, oh yeah, idol rapper. You know, that's what I always thought. But he sings well. Like I'm impressed, and I like watch this guy on like 2 days, 1 night all the time. I didn't know that he had him.
Oh, you actually watch the show?
Yeah, I watch that once in a while.
I should too.
I did want to bring up like, as since I watched the live performances, right? I found myself enjoying his tone and his voice quality in those because he wasn't using the auto tune. Because I noticed that in the actual song in the music video, you can hear a little bit of it. I don't want to say it's like too much, but I just feel like he didn't need it, to be honest. Because then when you compare it to Ash Island's verse, I feel like, okay, yeah, I definitely see the autotune here. It makes sense. I think it works well. But for his sections, I didn't think it was necessary. I kind of wish we didn't go that route. I don't know.
Was it just completely vanilla vocals, or like was there like distortion or anything like that?
For the original track? For the live, it was just clean vocals.
Clean vocals, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I do feel like the distortion adds to the aesthetic, and that's what he was going for. I guess I haven't heard it without, so I don't know what to expect. But having heard only with all the vocal effects thrown in, with the choruses and the phasers and the autotune and the distortion, I don't know. I kind of liked it. I felt like it was, again, bringing out the best of his voice tone, which is pretty unique, right? It's you know, like a lower tone, but like also kind of bouncy, if anything. And it was a good contrast with Ash Island, who like very obviously does not have a heavy low tone voice at all. He has a very you know, like very high tone voice, you know, like a mosquito over here. That's not a good thing to say. I love Ash. I don't want to say he sounds like a mosquito.
He's only 22, Ash Island.
Oh, dang,
yeah.
what?
Bro,
he's a high school rapper.
Yeah, his tattoos are extensive too on his arm. Like his whole hand is tattooed, dude.
Well, he's a rapper.
Did I know that?
Like you committed for the life with that one, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Doug, how did you feel about seeing your former IZ*ONE member in the music video?
Did I make fun of her acting or not? That's what
Wait, you like it?
Honestly, her role is kind of, it's like a tiny bit, it's like his demons haunting him, it seems like a little bit. Is that her role, essentially? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting. I mean, Haewon's there. She makes like 4 faces in close-up shots, and that's the extent of her in this music video. No, really, right? Like,
But she looks really nice. And
of course she does. She's Haewon. She got a great face.
She looks very serious.
She's first team all face, but she made like 4 like staring faces at him. That was the extent of her role in this music video. No, really though, right? Like I don't think I'm crazy.
Yeah, well, but she did it well.
She did it well, yeah.
She's doing well. Yeah.
I read into the lyrics a little bit, because I was kind of fascinated with why it's called Winner.
Right.
and it's the whole lyrics are like, oh yeah, you know what, you win. I am sorry for fighting against you.
I lose,
you know,
you win.
Right? I'm not trying to win you or beat you in this thing. It's just I am sorry for like being angry at you, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And like my first listen through, I was like, oh, like this guy is clearly very sad about it. You know, like he's full of regret. And then the more I listen to it, the more I feel like it's sarcasm almost.
Well, the way I interpreted it was like, it was more like, okay, yeah, you win, like
right,
to end it, like, okay, leave me alone.
It's like, oh, yeah, you win. I give up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the winner. Like that kind of deal.
Yes.
It's a pretty solid song from Ravi. You know, I like his solo career is actually going pretty well. He has mainstream popularity because of what he's doing on the variety side. He's a CEO. He has Ailey and Wheein in his company. Things are going well for him. It's just unfortunate with the military situation, but it is what it is, right? But honestly, in terms of individual popularity, it's like probably the highest it's ever been for him at the moment, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like he's had a good run leading up into his military run.
It's been great for him, the post-Vic stuff.
Oh, like Grooveland too has been like doing really, really well. Is Wheein under his company? I don't think they are.
Yep, she signed and Ailey did as well.
Really? Oh.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, if you go to the tour, you're not seeing them because all you're seeing.
If they did go to the tour, the ticket sales would be way higher. Let's just say that, right? Everyone loves some Wheein and group and some Ailey. That being said, you know, if you're into Ravi, if you're into Nafla, if you're into Zito, go to that tour. Use our code.
Okay.
Boom.
So one more thing. Ailey and Wheein are not in Grooveland. They are in The Live, which is a separate company from Grooveland.
It's the other one he owns?
Right. He owns two companies. He runs two companies. He runs one for hip hop and one for
Association,
vocalists.
though.
Right. Association.
Okay. Grooveland and friends. Okay.
Okay.
Just saying. I'm extending this umbrella here.
All
but
right.
hey, shout out to Ravi. Shout out to his tour. Hopefully it goes well for all of them. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, other releases this week include DKZ releasing Cupid, A-Pink released I Want You to Be Happy, which is their 11th anniversary song. I believe Naon is in this one, which is probably the last thing she does with A-Pink, if I had to guess. It's more like a reminiscing song, so there's like older footage and stuff like that.
Fantastic.
Additionally, we have Unite with One of Nine, Sungyu with Savior, and Ryok with Blue Bird. But we are now at Spice King. The chart last week, we had double winners, right, on 185. We had Unbi's Glitch picking up second crown and Dreamcatcher's Maison. I got that one right this week. Yo, I got clowned so much for my French. Like, I don't speak Japanese, y'all. I'm sorry. Couldn't do it right. I don't speak Japanese or whatever this word is. Yeah, whatever it is. And then we had Ives Love Dive in third place. Ravi doesn't count in the new candidates because we only do new songs. So it's Bowl 4 with Seoul and Very Very with Undercover are the new candidates. My chart has switched 4 times today.
That's
wow. That's a lot.
Dreamcatcher and Very Very are in contention for first place for me.
Oh,
okay. Well, which one is
this has repercussions, okay?
Which one is it? Which one is it? Why won't you say anything?
I'm putting Very Very in first place.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Yes. That song is going in first this week.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I think it's a really good song. The Dreamcatcher song, not my favorite Dreamcatcher song, but it is a good song. Third place though, Unbi's Glitch. Still gonna leave it in third because I think it's. I'm not gonna put a Hall of Spice. I don't think it's Hall of Spice worthy, but it's still on my chart.
Boom. So Maison by Dreamcatcher is on second for you. Okay.
Very nice, very nice. I also have Very Very on my chart.
Oh.
But on the opposite end, I have it in third.
Oh, ew.
I definitely agree that this has been one of the releases that I've been more excited about recently from them. I really, really like how the choreo complements the beat. They're really great performers, so definitely check out their live stages. Not completely sold on that latter half of the song where we do the switch up, but I don't hate it. I think it might grow on me later, you know? So I'm going to leave it in third. Second place, I also have Dreamcatcher. I really like this song. I feel like first listen, I was feeling like the chorus was a little awkward or maybe a little too, I don't know, like too much in the message. But but I think it works really well. I think the ending, the more grand sound that they do at the end is really nice. And I like that they stick to this sound, and it pays off. Hint, hint. And then first, I have Onyu in first with Dice.
Whoa! Whoa!
Reason being, like, I really been listening a lot to this song and the album as a whole, as I've mentioned in previous weeks. I've really been into this song. I'm kind of surprised because it's not my favorite track on the album, but it's still really, really good. So there it is.
Do you guys know the designer Jun Takashi?
Yes.
Yeah, Jun Takashi.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
He worked with Nigo, who founded Bape later on in his career. Jun Takashi is a Japanese designer who is most famously known for his brand called Undercover, which I'm putting on first.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, very, very.
Wow.
I forgot to mention this, but the member performances, the guys who do the vocals, I don't want to say they're like incredible vocalists, but at the same time, I feel like they were really good at what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like
They are. They
Right.
really are.
Right.
Very is really good.
yeah, no, like the guy who comes in right after the first chorus with the I'm like fire line. That guy was good. I forgot what his line was like, but I really liked his line. And the way he delivered it. It was very low and very solid. I liked it. Is what I'm saying. That's why it's on first.
Nice.
Margiela. Do you guys know the brand Margiela?
No.
Oh, keep going.
Well, actually, that makes sense because the brand isn't called Margiela. The brand is called Maison Margiela, which I'm putting on
Maison.
second.
Wow.
Right?
Want to put it in second?
I'm putting them second again. I really like the song. I really do. It's grown on me a little bit where I like it more than last week a little bit. But at the same time, you know, like Very came in with the Undercover fire. So this is the way it is. I'm sorry, Dreamcatcher fans, but, you know, Anita's kind of alluded to something later, which, you know, we'll talk about there. But hey, second place. Good stuff for these folks. Hey, that puts me on third. This one I was a little less sure about because I was actually split between the stuff we have, right?
Okay.
Love Dive has actually kind of grown on me over time a little bit.
It's
Love
very
Dive's
catchy.
good. Love Dive's
It's
good.
so catchy.
It's actually grown on me a little bit, right? Soul by Bull 4, like I do hope that this is a good second run of Bull 4's career. And then Glitch by Unbeat, like it's had such a good run as a track.
Bop. Straight bop.
So that's why I thought I should put it on third, but I couldn't think of a fashion related pun to say about it. That's it's not.
So it's in third. Which is in third.
No, it's not on third. It was on third, but at the same time, I'm gonna give it to Love Dive by IVE.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is unexpected.
Same.
Okay.
I think the TikTok effect had its run on me. You know. I see it on the social medias and I start liking it more. I think that's what it is. I'm a simple man.
We have a tie on top again.
Oh
my God. What about the gang?
And we have no tiebreakers anymore, which we said whenever we switched to this format. So, first place is a tie between Dreamcatcher Maison and Very Undercover.
Wow.
So Dreamcatcher now has 2 crowns. They are up for Hall of Spice next week. And Very picked up their first crown.
Nice.
Second place, with only 5 points, is Oju's Dice.
Let's go.
I mean, third place.
Oh, third.
But, God damn it, Anita. Is this Chima Bottom? No, not Chima Bottom. I actually Chima
Yeah,
Bottom.
Chima Bottom,
No, it's
yeah.
Chima Bottom. Yeah.
Man.
I can't believe Anita would do this to us again.
Hey, you know,
Bamboozled.
I'm
Well,
glad you like the
yeah.
Onyu track, Anita.
I am also very glad.
Oh, I forgot to name what Gochu Gang did in order to get
what was
this
the
tie.
votes there?
So it's a tie, but Gochu Gang gave Dreamcatcher a first place by a ridiculous
yes.
margin. They gave him 48 points.
Of
Second
course,
place
yes.
was Very with 17, and third place was Bowl 4 with 13. So that's what the Gochu Gang did. So Dreamcatcher Very first place. Third place is Onyu via Anita's voting. Finally,
You're
we're at
welcome.
show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we got 3. IVE with Love Dive, one on the show and Music Bank. So 5 total wins so far for them. And then we have Big Bang with Still Life. 1 on M Countdown, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo. So also 5 wins for them. And then finally, Dreamcatcher, Mason, first win on Show Champion. Congrats.
Their first ever win. It finally happened. They slayed all the demons.
Go.
If you watched the post-winning, it was very emotional for them.
Bet,
a lot of crying, a lot of emotions. I completely get it. But that is the end of part 1 of SojuTalk episode 186. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 186, brought to you by the Grooveland US Tour, presented by Studio Pav. Boom. All right. News and events from last week. The first one, GOT7 will be having its first comeback as 7 in May.
Whoa.
So I know they released that encore song like right after they disbanded, but that I don't really consider that a full comeback. You know, they released the song, but this is the first big comeback after leaving JYP, in my opinion.
That's exciting. I'm really interested to see.
I was on the negative Nancy side, being like, "There's no way they're going to be able to pull this off." But you know, I was wrong. I'm willing to admit that.
Happening.
Kind of exciting. Now that they have full creative control of what's going to happen, I wonder. Speaking of GOT7, I saw a funny clip like last week. I was going to mention it, but I never got the time to. Bam Bam visited the Golden State Warriors practice facility.
Oh, okay.
So the Golden State Warriors are doing some kind of like thing with artists from around the world lately, and Bam Bam's gonna be releasing a song through them. So that's one thing. But he was at the practice. Andre Iguodala, who's like the vet on the team, he's a veteran. He's been there forever. He's won like everything in basketball. He came over to Bam Bam. They were talking. He's like, "What do you do?" And Bam was like, "Yo, I'm in K-pop, right?" And Iguodala was like, "Yo, you in K-pop? I should quit what I'm doing. You guys got the real money." Meanwhile, like Andre Iguodala's made like $200 million over his career, I think.
Dang.
But yo, he was recognizing. He knew about K-pop, and he's like, "Yo, they make ton of money." And he was like complimenting how good he looks and his styling and stuff.
Wow,
like,
that's nice.
It was a cool moment.
Does Bam Bam actually make more than Andre, do you think?
I don't know.
Well, okay, Andre Iguodala over his career has made $184 million. Is what I'm looking at right now.
I don't know about those numbers, but
I think Bam Bam is in the neighborhood, is what I'm going to say.
yeah, that's not bad. That's not
bad. The reason why I would say he's in the neighborhood is because if you visit Thailand, he's on everything.
Right.
Okay.
He's literally on everything. So that's him and Lisa are like on almost like all branded stuff in Thailand.
I know that this doesn't apply to Lisa, but doesn't Bam Bam like don't most K-pop idols from a Thai background, don't they come from like the richer families, like well off, like because I know that was the case for Nippon, right? Like people literally called him Prince for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, because apparently he was literally one.
You remember how big of a deal it was when I don't remember what show, but they visited Nikun's house in Thailand. And like there was a big deal about how big his house was and stuff like that, like relative to a Korean apartment.
I don't remember.
No. I'm saying like, do you remember when that happened? It happened.
I think I saw it. I think it.
You don't remember this? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was Running Man or something. Someone visited Nikun's house at one point.
I imagine it was a mansion.
It was a pretty big house.
Oh yeah,
like, I'll say that. But GOT7 comeback. Do we have any thoughts? What kind of comeback do we think it's gonna be?
I don't know.
I honestly, I really liked the sound they had with Lullaby, you know.
You Calling My Name as well?
Yes, You Calling My Name. Look was really good. It was produced by JB. So like, let's bring that sound back maybe. I don't know. It's honestly, I can't predict what it could be because a lot of their solo stuff has not really overlapped, you know. Yugyeom was doing more of the R&B R&B thing as well as JB, and then Bam Bam was doing more like pop, more typical, I guess, pop. I don't know. We'll see.
I would also be excited to see them pivot completely now that they have full creative control, right? You know, like, you guys made a lot of money, right? Why not experiment a bit? Why not try things outside of your normal comfort zone, where Mr. Park would have been, no, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, you have the entire floor to yourselves. You have the entire studio as long as you want now. You know, kind of. I'm sure you guys have rules and regulations, but still, you know, like less red tape is all I'm saying. So, if you have creativity, now is the time to just let it flow and let it go.
Yeah, this is interesting because whatever they release is what the consensus in that group feels is the music that represents them best, without any strings attached.
I mean, I feel
Right.
like that's quite liberating in a sense, but also quite a bit of pressure too, because there's like nobody else to blame except for like you, like themselves.
Y'all, right? He's like, I ain't pointing fingers, but y'all got some responsibility right now, right? That's I think that's what you're saying.
We'll see though.
All right, next one. BTS dance lessons are coming to Apple Fitness Plus. Yo, let's get the petition going for Warren to do this on stream on a Twitch today.
Oh no!
I probably need to too. Like, I gained some weight over the winter. Like, I went on vacation like twice. You know, I might need to do some BTS dance lessons. You know,
Who would teach them? The members themselves or somebody else?
Mr.
hey, if they have them teaching it, you know, it's gonna pop off.
No,
So-
I want
That'd be
Mr.
so
Bang
fun.
teaching it. Mr. Bang, please come on the show.
Next one, La Seraphim. So Fearless, the first mini album, about 300,000 pre-orders. Good, not great numbers, is what I'll say, but very good, right?
Right.
It's not a 500,000, it's not a million though. 270, good start. I think a lot of people are sort of curious about how this group is.
Yeah.
I would assume the second album sales, if we have a good first comeback, will be exponentially higher than this first one. But any groups would love to have 300,000 pre-orders for sure.
You know, there was a preview event with a whole bunch of journalists and music critiques. And they got them together in a room and they previewed the entire EP together.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
some of the people came out of it saying what the album was like.
Oh, okay.
Now, obviously, people have different opinions, but there was a big strain of opinions where, like, they say the music. I guess spoiler alert, because this is possibly what the songs are gonna be like. But apparently, it's very hype-ish, trendy genre fusion pop. You know,
Okay.
an indie title track is what we're getting, right? Apparently, the chorus is an anti-drop.
Okay, I like anti-drops these
Yeah.
days. Okay.
But apparently the melody wasn't very impactful. So I mean,
Wait, if you write that in a press release when they invited you, that's not a good sign.
I mean, they didn't. They were on their Twitter, they were on their Instagram saying this stuff.
Ooh.
They were
Okay.
like, you know, like the songs were.
Unofficial press.
A lot of people said that the title track was not their favorite song in the EP, where they liked the B-sides a little more. But the title track does. You know what? The one guy said the title track was a good identifier for what La Seraphim is, and the other guy was like, the EP is called Fearless, but they're not very fearless about Fearless. So you know, I'm kind of going.
I'm more curious now. Like, what does this
I know.
mean?
Exactly.
I know.
What are these? What are we reading here? God.
Also, apparently the choreo is like really banging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
I mean,
go.
this group has been shrouded under secrecy so like heavily
Yeah.
the entire way. Like, who knows? I'm excited for it. I think it comes out next week. We're gonna cover it. Yep, on next Monday. So we're covering it in our next week episode.
Next week is tight, man. Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
get
there's
to
at
it.
least like 3 or 4 things that would normally be covered in that list that we're gonna have to. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think it's a 4-song week
Yep.
at least. All
Seraphim,
right, last
fine.
news. Mnet has begun to tease a must-watch collaboration with Studio Choom called Mix and Max, coming in 2022. Not Mix and Match, which is what they did for Icon, right? Anita
True.
and Win. No, it's a Mix and Max. Studio Choom does a lot of dancing, right? But they already have the street woman fighter, street male fighter thing, so they got a dance show. I
Right.
wonder what this is going to be. Maybe it's an idol dance battle.
Well, I mean, to be honest, this is kind of sounding like a previous run they did of idols, like performances, right? Like idols competing against each other, performing with like, special missions and themes, and concepts. Sometimes it was duos, sometimes it was solos. I'm blanking out on the name of it, but it was pretty popular. I think Timon was on it.
Oh, that show.
Right.
Hit the stage? Hit the
Hit the
stage?
stage. Was it Hit the
Yo,
Stage?
I remember
Yeah.
that. It was Hit the Stage.
Right. I feel like it's sounding a little bit like that, but we'll see.
There's also like another audition show going on right now called Idol Dancer or something. I know about it because Rocket Punch was on it and they performed really well. And that was also about dancing with idols. So I don't know what's going on. And then Mnet
Dancing.
is also apparently launching another competition show. Let me pull this up. It's going to be called Road to Max. This one's really interesting.
Wait,
right?
this one has Max in it as well. Mix
Are
and
they
Max.
coming to Mix and Max?
I don't know. They really love the word Max. Apparently, who knows?
They do.
They do.
Is that the show that I heard rumors about where there's a show that's going to happen where they're pitting fandoms against each other on purpose?
The literal announcement says, "Welcome everybody to Road to Max, the fandom promotion war."
Oh my god.
Oh no.
It says, "Of the fans, by the fans, to the fans, the promotion of war, war promotion, Road to Max." Oh man.
Yo,
That's
let's okay.
God.
Let's be a meta here. Sometimes K-pop fandoms are very toxic towards each other in this big
It's
competition.
messy.
It gets messy.
Yeah.
Now this show is like, you should be proud of the toxicity, and we're gonna make a whole show that forces the idol fandoms. What if there's like vote for your least favorite performance of the day? Like, that's what it seems like they're gonna do. Like,
Oh man. I feel like honestly, best case scenario, they don't really focus on like pitting actual fandoms against each other, but more like prove that this group, artist, whatever, has a great fan base. Like vote like this many times, or like
that's a
do these
horrible
many
idea.
missions.
That's a horrible idea.
Really?
Everyone's
You think
gonna
it's
try to
worse?
find a different way to rig the system. Awful
Ah.
idea. You know what they should do if they want to do something like this? Do something random. That doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
how about they do a show where it's this kind of competition, but they're like, every vote is 10 cents, but we're gonna donate it all to charity. So
That'd be
be
crazy.
toxic
That'd be
as you
nice.
want, and we're gonna donate the
Nice.
money to like arts programs or something.
God, they should
That'd be
honestly
so
do that.
nice.
We've already forgotten about the time they were caught rigging everything. You know, like
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Hey, wait, I'm reading an article that translated some of the comments on it. One person said, "I would rather see Mnet make Road to Kingdom casting Dreamcatcher, Everglow, or Wakey making than doing this freaking Road to Max." That's so good. Everyone's
they
saying
should
like this show's just gonna be built on fans being toxic to each other.
Exactly.
Like, it's the fans' slave labor that's going to build the show. Like, that's what I'm reading. Like, all these people talking about.
yeah, like the worst part. Personally speaking, I'm just gonna be open here. Like, I think one of the worst parts of the industry right now is like people like doing weird crap to like manipulate the system somehow. Like, that is just guys, stop doing that. Like, and this is only gonna drive that further. You know what I mean? So I'm really not looking forward to this. You know what they should do? Honestly, they should get rid of like that kind of competition. They should. You know what they should? They should pick 2 people, one from each fandom, and then
Okay.
train them professionally to be boxers,
What?
and then put them in the boxing ring in a safe and controlled environment.
You know what people would want to watch the most?
What?
Is they bring every week 2 K-pop groups which are in the same range,
Yeah.
and they make their fans have a debate.
No.
Oh my god, people would love that.
I would
wouldn't they?
watch that.
People would watch that because it's just gonna be a train wreck. I watch
no.
this show once in a while. It's on YouTube. It's like they bring on fans of soccer teams and make them debate each other. Like,
That sounds-
one thing they did was they brought a Chelsea fan and a Liverpool fan, and the debate was who was a better player, Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard. Like, I like things like that. Like, Or is Liverpool's team better than the Arsenal undefeatables or whatever they were called, like the Invincibles? Like they bring them on with really hot take topics and make them just argue with each other. If they did that, where they
Jeez.
made the fandoms bring in like eloquent speakers and debaters, it'd be so much more funny.
That'd be a lot more funny. Please don't do stuff like vote twice a day for your favorite idol through our Planet app. Like, don't do that, please. Never.
How about they, or I think Mnet should just like, you have to pre-register to become like a voter on the show, right? And then they should bamboozle everyone where you register, like you pick your favorite group out of the ones on the show. And what they do is they assign you to be a fan of a different group. So now, like let's say I signed up for Luda or something, and all of a sudden I'm a Wakey Makey stan, and I have to, like, the better Wakey Makey does, the more points Luna gets or something. Like something crazy like that.
Dang.
They should just bamboozle people, I think.
No, okay, that's actually the best idea you've given me so far.
Right?
Look
Just
at it
like
from the other person's shoes. Yeah. no, Yeah.
So you have to learn what it is to become a Wakey Makey fan and cheer them on in order for Luna to do what, like you're linked, and they randomize this, right?
Right.
So like people need to cheer harder for the group that they're in order to give points back to the group they actually support or something.
Right. They need to look at it from the Wakey Makey fan perspective. They need to look at
Yeah.
it from the boys fan perspective. They need to look at it from like Kepler fan perspective. Yeah, no.
Or you rank the groups and how much you like them on the show, and then you get assigned to the person at the bottom.
Your least favorite.
Your least favorite. Yeah, that would make the show so much more interesting.
CJENM, we have given you guys a lot of good ideas you can copy for free. Please
Dang.
don't do the obvious thing, please.
All right. Open discussion, State of the Nation. The big thing for me this past week is the NFL draft is happening this week, you know?
Okay.
But doing a lot of researching. My Jets, hopefully we don't F it up again, because we've been good like 2 points in my life, I think. And then we got you remember that whole Mark Sanchez butt fumble thing where he ran into his own guy and dropped the ball because he ran the ball into his butt? That's like 10 years old now, and we're still making fun of the Jets because of this, guys. We're really bad. But the Jets, we have like pick number 4 and pick number 10, I think. So hopefully we make some good picks.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So the draft is a fun thing. The draft is kind of awkward though, because you line up all the college players like they're cattle, and like you poke and prod them. You're like, this guy's a little faster, but this guy, he's a little bit more flexible and has bigger hands. You know, you're like,
Dang.
Wow.
yeah,
It's very harsh.
yeah. That's like it's kind of like that, but I'm like, they make fun of people. They're like, oh, this quarterback has tiny hands, so there's no way he's gonna be good. Like, people evaluate things like that. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. But my Jets, we need someone to catch the ball. We need a receiver real bad. But I think it'd be stupid if we pick it with the 4th pick. So that's all I'm saying. Second of all, if you're not watching Spy X Family, what are you doing? You got to be watching that best show that's airing right now.
I gotta
Boom.
watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
I guess I don't have anything prepared. I guess speaking of sports, I've been open a bit here and there as a Gunner here, you know, as an Arsenal fan. Not kind of new to soccer. I've only been watching for a couple of years now. But this year I feel like we've been doing pretty well.
You guys have a really good youngster, right, in your team now?
We have a lot of good kids who are like a little young. And I'm seeing that, like, I'm seeing what our director said, you know, think about it as the long game, you know, it's just, you know,
Yeah,
it's a 5-year plan.
I've been out of it for a hot minute, but like, yeah, I was watching, like, Arsenal's decent right now,
So
in my opinion.
last 2 games, we beat Manchester United by 3-1 and we beat Chelsea by 4-2.
Ooh.
We beat Chelsea and Manchester United. It's great.
Hey, man, us at United, we're struggle city this year, like normal, dude.
Yeah, Man United is fun.
We signed Ronaldo, and now we're kind of meh again. But it's all right.
Ronaldo had a thing where like he just like slapped a kid's phone onto the ground
Oh,
and
I
broke
saw that.
it.
That was a bad. That was
Yeah,
awkward.
It was
Yeah, it was
awful.
awkward.
Now
Hey,
that
you got that Emil Smith Rowe kid?
Oh,
He's
Smith
doing
Rowe's
really
great.
well.
Smith
He's
Rowe's
great.
good. Saka's
he's
great too.
Yeah, Saka's. Yeah.
Tomiyasu and then Wedegor, who joined like relatively recently.
Odegaard?
Odegaard. Is that how he says his name?
Yeah,
Odegaard.
Odegaard was supposed to be the next Messi and Ronaldo. He's not the next Messi and Ronaldo, but he's finally come into his own.
Yes,
like
yes, God, he's the best thing to happen to this club in a while. Him and Tomiyasu.
He's basically the second coming of like a Mesut Ozil for your team. I think he's a good distributor.
He's building up to it. He's not there yet, but I think it's good. Now that being said, we did beat Chelsea and Manchester United, but we also lost to Southampton, Crystal Palace, and Brighton. So
okay, you're fourth now, so you're making Champions League if the results stayed.
Yeah,
you're knocking out Son Heung-min at Tottenham though. That's the problem.
You know what? You know what? I will support Sonny in the World Cups. I will support Sonny in the World Cups. Like
let me look up your fixture list though for the remainder of the season. Who do you got? West Ham. That could be a tough game. Leeds, you'll beat them. Tottenham, that derby on May 12th is going to be that's the biggest game of your season, essentially.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
And then Newcastle, you should beat them. And that So I think the trap games are the West Ham game and the Everton game, and the biggest game is obviously the Tottenham game.
You know what it is though? I'm not too okay. Tottenham, I'm obviously concerned, but other than that, I'm actually concerned about the smaller teams because we keep losing to smaller teams. I don't know what it is.
Oh wait, Everton's crap this year. Never mind, you're fine.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like Everton's crap this year, but I feel like we're gonna lose to Everton because like we keep losing to the smaller groups.
Think positively.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're not a Barcelona fan, right, Anita? Wait, what?
Stop.
The World Cups are happening at the end of the year, like I mentioned earlier.
Yes, finally.
Anita, you and I are not in the same group anymore.
Thank goodness.
Okay. Since we've known Anita, we've been in the same group. Like,
yeah,
straight up. Mexico and Korea always ended up in the same. We helped them by beating Germany that one time.
Yeah, that was
you better thank me for that.
all the Mexicans loved Koreans for that year because we did that. Even though we were terrible in that World Cup, you know, like.
Well, we beat Germany somehow, which nobody saw.
I mean, if we did not beat Germany, that would have been one of the worst World Cups for us, like ever. We had nothing positive from it, but at least we did that. At least we could say we beat Germany. Sorry, Koala, we beat your team that time. You know, tough shit.
Germany's just not good at soccer. That's what it is.
All right, let's look at our group. Right, Korea, we're going to be versing Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and obviously we're in that group. You gotta beat Uruguay.
Yeah.
Like that's what it comes down to.
That's the big one.
You know
what
Portugal's
gonna get
about?
through.
I'm actually I'm actually worried about Uruguay more than Portugal. Like that's honestly.
I mean, you got like 37-year-old Ronaldo, and that's about it. Right?
Yeah, like I'm not really worried about Portugal, even though like they were like first port. The thing with Uruguay, like I've seen like their team play, like they're actually like
they're really good.
They're really good somehow. I don't know much about these folks, obviously, but like they're good.
All right, for reference for us, Portugal's ranked 8th in the world, right? Yeah. Uruguay's 13th. We are 29th, and where is Ghana on here? And I cannot find Ghana at the moment. I would assume so. Yeah.
If we lose against Ghana, we're like effed. We're done. Like
Ghana is 60th. Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, this is gonna be a difficult group. I just hope we make it out of the group.
Oh, I think Anita's Mexico should get out of this group. Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland.
Yeah.
You basically have to be Poland to make it out of the
There's
group.
a solid chance there too.
That's a good chance. That's a better chance than we have, right? It's a better chance.
Yeah.
And then US, it's England, Iran, United States, and the UEFA Path A winners. So it's still they have the playoff thing going on there. Mm-hmm. That US England game is going to be bananas this year because everyone's like looking. That US team has a lot of momentum going on.
They've done pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
I was watching the announcement broadcast for announcing the groups, right? For the draw, right? And Korea was basically down to either Group H, which they are in right now, or Group E, which is Spain, Germany, and either one of New Zealand or Costa Rica.
God, there's no way we get out of that group.
It was either Japan or us.
Let me make a prediction now. So I think Brazil are the favorites here. They're number one in the world. I'm gonna say France is gonna repeat. That's my guess.
Ooh.
I think France is gonna repeat. That's my
Okay.
guess. Yeah. I think that the talent I think the talent that's on the France team is I think they're all in their prime right now.
Wow.
Like all of them. So we'll have to see. I mean, how can I vote against Mbappe at the front? You know,
I mean, yeah.
that's the thing. Is Norway in it? I want to see some Erling Haaland in the World Cup. Did Norway
I
make
think
it?
so.
That sucks. That would have been interesting. All right. We got anything else to talk about? Anyone?
Well, next week on Soju Talk, we're bringing you the hottest new releases that I can't tell you
Okay.
about because I accidentally closed our script.
So on Tuesday
Oh.
tomorrow, Monster X. Wednesday is Mion from G Idol having her solo debut. Soyu, Elast, Busters, Yoonji Sung, and I Chillin. Thursday is Moonbyul, Dark B, Kang Daniel via Universe. Friday is Psy, and then Monday is La Seraphim.
Oh, gosh.
boy.
So, all right, let's be the groups that we would normally cover based on this list would be like Monster X, probably cover the Mion thing. We'd probably cover Psy, La Seraphim, and Moonbyul. So you guys gonna have to pick between them, the Gochu gang.
Cast your vote.
Good luck with that.
Cast
That's
your
gonna
vote.
be different. I just choked on my own spit. God. This is SojuTalk Crew weekly shot at K-pop. I'd like to thank Warren for joining me this week. I don't have COVID, just choking on my spit. We'll be back next week when we cover Psy and La Seraphim.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my god. Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Bagel, Based Mina, Brian, Shadow, Cotton Ball, Delmonic, Ellie, Genki Boy, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, and Jay Parks. Tier, thank you for joining Social Talk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Mafiar, Max, No Bias Nuna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.